Hello everybody, it's Tomebinder, and in this video I'm checking out the Battle of Glenndale, and this is a map that takes place in Frostfire's lore, and again, I'm not exactly the most up-to-date on what all of this is, but he has this kind of premier world that he has. It's called Thenia, I think, and one of the nations in Thenia is apparently Glenndale, and this is a battle that centers around that nation. So let's read the description and jump right into things. I'm not entirely sure what era this will be set in, but we're going to find out. When Glenndale declared its independence, other nations around it laughed. Glenndale was a farming territory on the coast of Sharpeia. Without much federal territory on hand, they had to gather whatever old guns and uniforms they could find. Despite this, they won numerous battles, including this battle following a Czech raid on the village of Glenndale, although it was won at a high cost. So, for those of you who are unaware, the Czechs are a faction within Frostfire's Thenia universe, and we're going to be fighting them for control over this village of Glenndale. And this map just came out. I've got a couple of videos currently working on editing, but I just thought I would get a quick thing recorded and up tonight, so that way that I have some content to show you on the Tomebinder channel. And right off the bat, this looks to be a King of the Hill map with a 300-second timer, which is fine by me. That means it won't take too long to complete one way or the other. And we are the Glenndale army. I do like these unit designs. They're maybe a little bit similar, but I guess they have to have the same uniform, because that's a staple of Frost's designs. There's a detailed explanation for what the different nations are using. But anyways, we are... Oh, nice. See, I do like how the biplanes interact, but the thing is, the biplane AI is quite bad in this game. But you can see up there, those would be the Czechs who we are about to fight. And I think we're in sort of a, I don't know, 18th century era? 19th century, something like that. Would be my guess. They don't seem to be doing too well, actually. They may have us outgunned. They may have better equipment than we do, which would be unfortunate. Let me grab this musket. Oh, we have to reload the musket anyway. But yeah, with only muskets, we aren't actually doing too well. We're gonna have to, if we can manage to take out this infantry column, which we were not able to, but if we get close enough to a defeated unit of the Czechs, we can figure out what their brand of equipment is. Looks like I'm actually going to turn down the input volume a little bit on my recording, because I don't want it to drown out my voice or anything like that. I'm going to have kind of a fairly even balance for these videos. So we're going to respawn and head back to the main line, and if, according to the canon ending, we win at a high cost. Maybe a casualty script would be useful here. As for the map design, I can clearly see there's a sort of a subtle texturing on the ground here. I do definitely like and approve of this terrain editing here, the hills and stuff that block the player's vision. It definitely makes the map feel bigger. That's an idea that I've kind of talked about a lot in the past. I probably don't have to touch on it again, but if you block the player's view of the edges of the map just automatically feels more immersive and better, because it shows them maybe there's something I haven't seen. There's more to explore. It's just sort of the subconscious and implicit message from doing that. Oh, we have an S rifle. I wonder if that's our weapon or if it's from the chest. We're going to back up here because we don't want to die. It's such a good weapon in our hands. Alright, I don't have too much to comment on about the environment, to be honest. I'm honestly amazed that plane is still alive. I should be aiming down sights. And this is a Frostfire map. And acting on the assumption that Frostfire is going to watch this video, I need to be pretty careful with the way I aim here. He has in the past been fairly critical of my and others' trigger discipline. Oh, I missed. We're gonna have to cut that out in post. Oh, I missed again. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's respawn here. We need to push up and capture that flag as soon as possible, because they've been holding it now, and it's been more than half of the battle already. So we really need to make a big push, and we were thankfully able to take out their columns on the road. We have to keep up that momentum and actually capture the flag, because for those of you who are unaware, King of the Hill maps have only one flag, and currently they hold it. And if they continue to hold it for the next 130 seconds, it's going to be game over. It's going to be lost for us. At the moment, my main recommendation is honestly going to be to perhaps slightly increase the visual variation of the Glenndale units, if at all possible. And also, I'm not quite sure what the motivation is to go around this road. So maybe if I die again here, I'll take that road and see what I can see down that way. But it sort of feels like there's some sort of flanking path available down that way. But since this flag is a lot closer, we more or less just take the fast way to the flag. Looks like we are about to capture it, which is great. But I'd like... Oh, look at that, look at that. Can I take it? Oh, I can't. This is part of the corpse, I think. I'm pretty sure. I would have loved to have that submachine gun. That would have really turned the tide. What about this one? Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. Maybe it wasn't part of the corpse. It's hard to tell. I can't pick it up either way. Okay, careful though. We do not want to die with a submachine gun in hand. We can do a lot of damage to these guys. They have very old-fashioned weapons compared to this. We have this fully automatic SMG. And this house we've taken shelter in is quite destroyed. And now that we've actually gotten to see more of the environment itself, it's definitely growing on me more and more. Got these different textures, and of course, the high-quality water textures as well are something to be proud of. You have the log cabins, the wooden modulars, obviously the water, and the sort of vaguely textured ground. It's more obvious over here, but the textured ground and the non-textured ground work together very nicely. And of course, in conjunction with that terrain I'm into it's an example of good texturing and a variety of visual subjects for the player to focus on. I do wish I could loot those guys, but I'll see what I can find. I think I'd prefer to have a musket in this situation. Currently, we hold the flag, and we have to keep it that way, because if the enemy gets their hands on it again, they will win in a matter of 50 seconds. So let's look around. Oh, look at that, S-42. Now, this will be extremely useful if we can just stay alive long enough to make good use of it. Oh, boy. They can actually shoot at us from across the river. Why don't we try and make a bridgehead over here, guys, and hold them off. Oh, they're trying to cross that bridge. You're not allowed to flank us like that. Careful, guys. Don't push me into the line of fire here. Don't do that. Yeah, get out of the bridge. Oh, my. Are we getting bombed? That might be what that is. Kind of something dropped on top of us. Was it bombs, or was it like debris from a plane? Oh, I got shot. Got shot in the face. And I just kicked my desk. Ow. Painful. But to be honest, I really am quite amazed that that those biplanes are still up and running. And this is something that I discovered from recently playing a map called the Battle of Tanaria Villa, which was a armyman map by Amazed. If you remove the player's control of the unit they're in when they die in conquest mode, it will automatically hold their, just sort of an on death note. If you remove their control of the unit when they die, at that exact second they die, you will get to see the exact angle they were looking at when they died during that wait to respawn. And if you do that, it just looks very nice. You can see the battle continuing to progress rather than just looking up at the sky. Because if you're locked inside a unit that's dead, you really don't get to see too much interesting stuff. And if you want to see exactly what I mean by that, you can watch my most recent stream here. And I'm trying to think. The name was called, hold on. I'll remember it. The most recent stream. Oh gosh. This is embarrassing. It was... Man, okay, never mind. Why don't I... No, you know what, never mind. It'll come to me. Hold on, what was it called? It's Firepower? No. Gosh. This is embarrassing. I should know what it is, but you know what? That's what happens when you do these more of unscripted review videos. I am still, of course, enjoying this fight, and it does seem to me that this path is an effective flanking route. However, I don't really have enough ammo to really make use of it here. Unless I take this guy's musket, that's going to be the only way. But I can do that. That'll work pretty well, as long as I avoid getting shot by these guys. No guarantees. Oh, that guy has a SMG. That's going to be dangerous. Go down. Why did he take the shot? The other guy didn't take the shot. No! Okay, one more time. It's all or nothing. There we go, he's down. Careful, now I gotta back away. At least I'm, drawing their fire. Oh yeah, okay, I died. But at least I was drawing their fire a little bit away from the main flag, and now we have only less than 100 seconds left in this battle over the contested flag. So, like I said, it's a little bit boring. Obviously, not Frostfire's fault, but this angle, if you change it out by removing the control of the player when they die, I think it would be it's a neat thing that should be, in my opinion, integrated into more conquest maps now that it's become a known thing in the similar fashion to the casualty counter script, which I do think this map would benefit from as well. It would sort of indicate that idea of how in the description it said there's been it's been a Pyrrhic victory essentially for Glenndale, and we could get a sense of that by seeing how the casualty counters mount, because when all the units have these kind of slow, really old-fashioned early muskets, you really can't turn the tide decisively in one direction or the other. Like, the player is normally a lot more decisive and potent of a soldier than the AI controlled units, but if you bring them down to the level of the other units, by only giving them these very slow-firing rifles. The player can't really inflict too many more casualties than your average AI soldier, and I think showing the casualties both sides have sustained could reflect the Pyrrhic nature of the battle. Just an idea. And you can put your own spin on it too. You don't have to lift the script directly from No Idea's map, but something like that. It could be like regular reports, like we just lost 20 troops or something. I don't know. Just an idea. And it looks like we're about to hold them off from taking this point. As long as we can just, let's kind of... Oh my gosh, I didn't want to die there. I wanted to live long enough to see the end of the battle, but oh well. Let's go into the custom battle editor and look at things as we give our concluding remarks on this map. I enjoyed it for sure, and I've already talked at length about my thoughts on I definitely appreciate the environmental design. It's something that I think Frost has been doing for a long time. These outdoor conquest maps, it certainly is it's nice looking. It's a attractive, visually attractive map. And again, I am in awe at these biplane pilots for lasting as long as they did. And then I do think maybe that if there was some way to, add to the sense of there being a Pyrrhic victory, which I do think a casualty counter would help with. You could also have more stuff going on by potentially, and I don't know how this fits into the lore, but you could have like elite units try and infiltrate behind, like across the river behind enemy lines or something like that, to interrupt their attempts at taking the flag. Just potentially an idea, so we don't end up having a meat grinder in this general area, because that can definitely happen in Conquest maps and also King of the Hill maps. But I did like that. We were able to turn a losing situation into a winning one and retake the point from this large force of the Czech raiders. And yeah, we turned it around for ourselves, so definitely an enjoyable dynamic to that battle. Well, that was the Battle of Glenndale, everybody. A solid map in the Athenia universe by Frostfire. I would recommend checking it out if you have a bit of time and you want to play a little battle in the sort of 1800s, 1700s time frame. Of course, this doesn't take place on Earth. It takes place in an alternate universe. Anyways, once again, thank you for watching this video, and if you want to support my channel, you can always leave a like and subscribe, or if you want to get notified when I make maps, you can follow my Steam Workshop, which is always linked in the descriptions of my videos and streams. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.